South African telecommunications operator Neotel launched the first telepresence facility in Africa, making a virtual public room available for businesses to interact with other organizations across the globe.
I think the easiest way to describe telepresence is it's video conferencing at a very different level. Okay, so it's reality-based video conferencing. You know, if you look around the room, really what you're seeing here is half a boardroom on this side, and the other half of the boardroom sitting, in this case it's in London, but it could be anywhere in the world, wherever we have telepresence rooms. If you look at the image quality that we're seeing on the other side, it's a full-size, high-definition image quality. So it's as lifelike as it's going to get, literally operating over a data network between Johannesburg and London in this case. If anyone has used video conferencing, you actually tend to lose a lot of the eye and body contact, if I can put it that way. You know, which a lot of people, it's one of the reasons why people do fly for meetings. They actually want to sit down across the table from the other person, look them in the eye, read their body language and understand exactly what it is that they're talking about, as opposed to just a verbal conversation. And you get all of that in telepresence. It's exactly what you get. You know, you're getting a lifelike, high-definition image of the person. So I can look at Mandy straight in the eyes, she can look straight back at me. We know exactly what we're talking about. So it takes communication beyond the verbal into the full realm of communication.
Telepresence uses Cisco technology, which integrates high-definition video and advanced audio to deliver a virtual meeting experience.
Obviously, telepresence is, we are a 3-screen rooms, as you are in Johannesburg. Some are only 1 screen. And with the 3 screens, you get the sound from where the person is sitting. So it's not just, so for example, I'm sitting in the middle now. If I moved across to the end, then my sound will come from a different area for you guys. So you can actually pick up where the person's speaking from. So you don't, it's not all directly the same. You're not looking at who's speaking where. You can see where the sound's coming from.
Stefano says the trend of using telepresence in South Africa is growing steadily, even with the historical connectivity challenges.
We're obviously a little bit behind the rest of the world. Historically, there have been connectivity issues in this part of the world. That was addressed a few years back. We actually launched this very room. This is the first public telepresence room in South Africa, which we launched just over a year ago now. So obviously it's one of a supply and demand elasticity now. Look, the facility is here. The demand is still not as high as it is, for example, in the UK or in Europe, where that technology has been available for a few years now. So the demand is starting to pick up. We're actually very hopeful that it's starting to pick up in Africa. To put into perspective, since we've launched this public room, we now have actually successfully installed a couple of customer private rooms in South Africa. So the demand is starting to pick up, and hopefully more and more people make use of it.
Tata Communications has 12 public rooms globally, including its first public telepresence room in Africa, which is based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Stefano says that there are plans to expand the service into Africa.
As Neotel, we are focused on South Africa. The global footprint is through Tata Communications. Okay, that's exactly how we leverage it. The global footprint, Tata Communications have facilities or have access to over 1,400 cities around the world. Okay, so it's on every continent, just about anywhere you want to get to. There's certainly a couple of 100 rooms around the world, a lot of them private, a lot of them public, which are part of the global exchange. So that's in place. The Tata strategy is to continue to expand that. It's very much, they are a global organization. As I said, they're represented on all the different continents. That's their strategy, so it will continue to grow. We are hopeful that over the next few years we're going to see that expansion also going into Africa. So as connectivity becomes more accessible north of South Africa, we're going to see exactly this trend going up.